So what is good, y'all? It is Anime K here and we are back with another video. Now today I want to talk about chapter 11 of Boruto. Now chapter 11 of Boruto, I feel like showing us some real interesting stuff about both Sarada and Himawari. Basically, I feel like in this chapter it showed us that these two will definitely be getting their power up soon. Now we all know that these two will get stronger, they will get more powerful obviously, but I feel like it will happen very soon. And I want to take a look at this chapter, look at some of the moments that made me think that, and then we'll discuss that and we'll discuss what their power ups may be. But guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, give me some video ideas because I do want to start posting anime videos full time, mainly Naruto and Boruto content. So let me know some ideas in the comments below, whether that's versus battles or whatever. Let me know because I do want to come back and start posting anime content full time now. But guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and let's get into it. In my last video when I was talking about Boruto, I was basically talking about how the anime could have a Gojo problem, basically where he's just stronger than everyone else. And I feel like that still could be a real problem if some characters don't level up. And I feel like with this chapter, what Kishimoto was trying to show us is some of these characters will eventually level up, meaning Himawari, Sarada, and possibly some other characters as well, like Mitsuki, maybe Ada, I don't know, but some characters are going to get a power up. Now, first of all, I feel like I want to start with Himawari just because Himawari, I feel like she's the easier one to talk about out of the two, only because I feel like her power up is very clear. I feel like we know what her power ups are going to be. It's just when it happens. She's only been a ninja for 3 years now. She's only been training since before the time skip, right? So she has a long way to go, obviously, but I do feel like talking about Himawari is the easier out of the two. Now look, with Himawari, right, let's take a look at some of her examples. Now the first example we get is when she heals Inogen, right? She heals Inogen from a fatal wound that he gets from Jura. Or, excuse me guys, I feel like the leg thing is before, but I'll tell you guys out of order anyway. So when Inogen gets impaled by Jura, right, Himawari is able to heal him pretty quickly, right, and do it pretty well. I mean, the hole's gone, he looks fine. I mean, he's still passed out, of course, which he'll probably wake up in the next chapter, but he seems fine for the most part. She doesn't know what the ability she did was, but again, it was still very impressive that she was able to do that without her knowing what she was trying to do. I guess she just did it by willpower. I guess she was able just to will him back to life because obviously that was a friend. She was upset that he died, but again, it's a very strong ability, and whenever she develops that ability, it will be very good. I feel like it would have been kind of better if Sarada got an ability like that, seeing as her mom is a medical ninja. I don't know. I mean, I get the whole thing of them not wanting to be like the parents. I understand that, but I don't know. I would have liked to see maybe Sarada with an ability like that, but I don't know. But I'm not hating on Himawari though, it's still a cool ability. Naruto kind of had a similar ability in the war arc, but went. So who knows? Now, the second thing is when she actually heals her own leg, which is not too much of a surprise because Naruto was able to do similar stuff, you know, healing his wounds when he got hurt. Obviously it was Kurama's power, but her and Kurama are one now, so Kurama's power is her power. So that one I'm not too surprised. Now, the way Himawari is looking with her powers and what other stuff she displays in this chapter, you could possibly say she's stronger than what Naruto was at that age, or at least has more potential. But again, I do want to note, when I do say that, Kurama was actively trying to take over Naruto's body, so we do have to remember that she is in a different situation. What do I mean by that? If you look at the next part where she's able to shoot off tail beast bombs, right, and make Jura actually try, which I want to get into in a sec, Naruto was not letting off tail beast bomb willingly. Like, I don't know if she willingly did it. I'd have to go back and look again. I don't think she really willingly did it, but I felt like she was able to let it off and actually send it towards Jura, so control where it was going. It's still quite impressive, right? Now, obviously, it wasn't as big as a normal tail beast bomb, obviously, right? She can't just have a big tail beast bomb right off the bat. She can't just have a fourth great Shinobi World War 10 tails tail beast bomb, right? She can't have that straight away, but it was still very impressive that she was able to do that. Now, again, when I go back to the Naruto thing, I mean, in terms of potential, right now her potential is very high. And one last thing I want to talk about is what Kurama said when he said basically they're one in the same, they are one. He doesn't know how he got there, but basically their chakra is one. And what Himawari is, she's literally a different Jinchuriki altogether than one we've ever seen, because I don't know if the word Jinchuriki is the best word to describe her, but she's very different because her chakra and Kurama's chakra, they kind of sync together. It's definitely different to the situation that Killer Bee was in or Naruto was in, where the tail beasts were just sealed in there and they were kind of borrowing the chakra. No, Kurama's chakra is her chakra. So you could essentially say her chakra has maybe been doubled because she still has her own chakra, and now she's got the added chakra of Kurama. I don't know how else to see it. Maybe there's a different way. You guys let me know in the comments below. But because her and Kurama's chakra is one and the same, we could see her reach heights with Kurama's power that Naruto never could even reach at all. I mean, we could see use KCM1, KCM2 to bigger heights. And even if you look at some of the speculations people had with Byro mode, maybe she would have a stronger Byro mode. Now, again, I don't know if Byro mode, because Byro mode's a bit different. It's basically a last resort ability, right? It's basically an ability where yours and someone else's chakra, or yours and the Tail Beast chakra, not someone else, yours and the Tail Beast chakra will clash together, and that can create Byro mode. Now, again, we don't know if every Tail Beast can do it. I think Kurama was probably just the only Tail Beast that maybe had enough chakra to do it, but it is a strong ability. Or maybe some of the other Tail Beasts could do it and just didn't want to admit it to their users because maybe they didn't want the other users to die. I don't know, right? But it is a strong ability, and people are theorizing maybe Himawari could maybe do it for a longer time. Now, that's still a possibility, but I don't really know what her chakra levels are. I doubt they're as big as Naruto's. It's really hard to say, but still, she could have an advanced Byro mode, and obviously she could have other abilities in the future as well, which we'll get into later in the video. But I feel like just from certain stuff I've mentioned, Kishimoto is showing us she's not strong right now, but she will play a big part within the chapter. And I feel like by doing so, you guys won't have to worry about Boruto having to save everyone, because they'll be able to save themselves. Now, the reason why I say Sarada is a bit different is because her MS abilities, we just don't know it yet. We don't know what her MS abilities are, so I always have to say that before analyzing Sarada. Plus, we've not really seen Sarada in a lot of fights within this chapter, so it's very hard to really analyze where she is. Even with Himawari, I feel like we've got a clear-cut picture of where she is. I feel like I'm pretty clear on where she will go within these next couple of chapters. But with Sarada, I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't really know. In this chapter, Sarada just showed an impressive feat by dodging the other Shinju's clones, Chidori, right? Her father's clone, Chidori. She does dodge it pretty well, which I have to give her credit for there, because the Shinju, they're the strongest villains right now, so if you're able to at least dodge them, it's an impressive feat. It's more I can say for anyone else in this chapter outside of Himawari and Boruto, so you have to remember that she does do something that probably only Boruto and maybe Himawari, when she's in Kurama state, could actually do, right, is actually dodge the Shinju, where if you look at other people like Kawaki, if you look at the other Jonins within the chapter, they're not doing this, right? They're not dodging the Shinju, so I do think it's an impressive feat. But he does heal pretty quickly, and he does get up and he does electrocute her pretty quickly, right? Which I won't get on her too much for that, because again, he is still meant to be one of the strongest villains in the story, so you can't have Sarada defeating him straight away, right? I do understand that, don't get me wrong, but I do think we could have seen a bit more from Sarada. I feel like we've seen a bit more from what Himawari can do. Again, we don't know her MS abilities, so it's really hard to rank where Sarada will be in terms of power. But if you just look at the simple stuff that she's Sasuke's daughter, if you look at Sasuke's statement, he does say that Sarada and you will change the world and will help the world. And if you do take that seriously, what Sasuke said, if you look at it like Kishimoto is trying to tell us something, then maybe Kishimoto is trying to tell us that, look, Sarada and Boruto will help save the world. I don't know, but I guess you could take that statement seriously if you really wanted to. But I do think it's still impressive that she's able to dodge the Shinju. Now, we got to take a look at how they'll possibly get these power-ups. Now, look, if you look at the last chapter, right, Boruto had to save both of them from basically getting eaten by the clones that are after them, right? And they would have succeeded if it wasn't for Boruto save them. Now, maybe Konoha will decide to be nice to Boruto. I don't know. Maybe the people will change their opinion on him. I don't know, right? But still, he does decide to save both of them. Now, I do think, and I have seen this theorized, I think one person that theorized this was NC Hammer, that there might be a kind of training arc, and I do agree with that, or there will be some type of power up or power building for the two, because one, I don't think they can stay in Konoha right now, because I think the Shinjus will just find them, and it does seem like they can track their chakra as well, so I thought they'll have to go to a place where the Shinju can't track their chakra, or they'll at least have to keep moving around. And Boruto is the perfect person to be with right now if you want to move around quickly with his flying Raijin. Now, like he says, he's not as good as Minato with it, but he can still get away, or he's still shown to be able to get away from the Shinju if really necessary, right? Of course, carrying two people constantly will be hard for him, it'll be more chakra on him, but I feel like he'll be fine. I feel like he'll be able to do it, but obviously they're going to at least have to leave Konoha, or going to have to go somewhere else for a bit. Now, this moment that we see where they're together could spiral off loads of stuff. It could spiral off Himawari actually remembering Boruto. It could spiral off Boruto actually having a proper conversation with Sarada about who the Shinjo is, because Sarada still seems confused about who the Shinjo are. She doesn't exactly recognize it's her dad. But whatever happens, I do feel like in this moment or in these next couple of chapters, we will see a power building thing for both characters, right? I don't feel like it's coincidence that both of them were shown fighting simultaneously between each other. I don't feel like that was just a coincidence. I feel like Kishimoto was showing us that for a certain reason. Now, with Himawari, I feel like she'll just expand on her Ninetales power, making that stronger. I don't know how she'll get that stronger. I don't know what will happen. Maybe if you think Boruto's with Orochimaru, or if you think he's with Kakashi, maybe some of those two characters could help. I don't know how, but I feel like her power will grow within these next couple of chapters, definitely. Now with Sarada, I feel like when she eventually does have to fight Juro, which I think will happen, I mean, there's a reason why Kishimoto is making her fight her dad. I do feel like she may take one of his Rinnegan just to get stronger. I don't know if she'll take both, because with the Rinnegan, right, the difficult thing with the Rinnegan, while it is seen as a power-up from the Sharingan, which it does have powerful abilities, you also do lose a bit as well. So I don't know if she'll take both. I don't know if she'll just be able to use both her MS abilities with the Rinnegan if she does take it, but I feel like she will at least take one of the Rinnegan from her father's eyes, or from her father's clone's eyes, and will get stronger that way. And of course, she'll build on her MS abilities. But I do feel like in these next, I don't know, how long are we giving it? Maybe 10 chapters? We'll definitely see Sarada grow as well, just like Himawari will grow. But I do feel like they will have a moment where Boruto, Sarada, and Himawari will leave the village together and go wherever Boruto's being with Kashin Kojin. Now, guys, you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. I think with Himawari, before I go quickly, I think she'll probably get a Tenseigan as well. I think the only reason why Hinata didn't get the Tenseigan was because they just decided to give it to her daughter. But yeah, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know if you think I missed anything. Let me know if you think they'll get different abilities. Let me know if you think they'll get different power-ups. And also, let me know about the points that I've made within this video. But guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And for video ideas, whether that's versus battles, like I said, whether that's more Boruto content, or let me know any other video ideas you have in the comments below. But guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And this has been Anime K, and peace. I am out.